Yesterday was the most difficult day of old Joe's supposed presidency. I can't believe that it happened. The nation is still in complete shock, but he actually did, for the first time in over a year, take off his mask and said that he's not going to wear it anymore, not even inside.
If you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask and you can shake hands. You can even give each other a hug.
This truly is a miracle. I never thought we would see this day. I figured old Joe would be wearing a mask for the rest of his life, which we know isn't very long, but you get my point. This after the CDC finally admitted the obvious, that people, I better add, who are fully vaccinated, otherwise YouTube will take this video down claiming that I'm spreading medical misinformation, so only people who are fully vaccinated can finally take off their mask, except on buses and airplanes. So you know that old Joe will be wearing it on Air Force One. That I guarantee you. But this is huge news. So huge, in fact, that CNN's Don Lemon spent 2 minutes talking about it before then moving on to his regularly scheduled programming.
I think it's a great milestone, a great day.
President speaking without a mask today. It is a milestone, a great day, but there are still a lot of questions tonight, a lot that has to get sorted out. There's no question that this is a huge day for America, no doubt. And we'll have a lot more about this a little bit later on in the show. That, as a GOP, is still pushing the big lie. Perhaps there's a bigger term for it than the big lie. We need to think about that. Inciting violence, insurrection. Yeah.
You would think that the entire country would be extremely thrilled, but you would be forgetting that half of the country is completely insane.
Well, frankly, I was shocked when I heard the news. And I thought that the CDC had gone from one extreme to another. They were overly cautious, and now I think they're throwing caution into the wind.
Because you have been critical of the CDC for being too cautious in their previous guidance.
That's exactly right. And I thought that there's a lot that they could do. So part of what they did today was great, saying these vaccines are wonderful. Once you get the vaccine, you can choose your own adventure. You can go out and take off your mask and do all these things. I think that's exactly the right message. The only problem is that also needed to be tied to proof of vaccination. Because what I really worry about is essentially the CDC today eliminated mask mandates and social distancing. They're saying it's all an honor code from now on. And so it's actually going to be a disincentive. There are a lot of people who never wanted to get vaccinated, never wanted to wear masks. Now they can just say, oh, I'm vaccinated, or I don't even have to show anybody proof of vaccination.
Over at MSNBC, Rachel Madcow is having mixed emotions. Because on one hand, she's thrilled to finally be allowed to take that ugly, annoying, uncomfortable, ridiculous thing off of her face. But on the other hand, she's concerned that she's going to be triggered when she sees fellow human beings out in public without one.
Part of it is that I feel like I'm going to have to rewire myself so that when I see somebody out in the world who's not wearing a mask, I don't instantly think you are a threat or you are selfish or you are a COVID denier and you definitely haven't been vaccinated. I mean, we're going to have to rewire the way that we look at each other because the CDC's guidance, which she just told me, we are sure, is that if you're vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask except in very specific circumstances. As we change that as a country, we are going to look at each other differently and have to unwire our preconceptions about what a mask or a lack of a mask means.
There's plenty more to come in this video, so stay tuned. But real quick, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, because obviously you won't hear this kind of quality information anywhere else. So subscribe to the channel and check back here on a regular basis. The interesting thing about this is going to be to see whether or not grocery stores and other retailers make you wear the mask still. And if they do, we better start seeing a bunch of viral videos of people confronting the managers and pointing out that the manager, the store, the company, the corporation is now actually violating the CDC guidelines. Remember, for the last year, it's the CDC guidelines, you better put on a face diaper. Well, now they're admitting finally that you don't need to wear one if you're vaccinated. And so if they now are going to force you to wear one when you're vaccinated, now they are literally violating CDC guidelines. And you know that there's still going to be millions and millions of people who, despite being fully vaccinated, are still going to be wearing their masks, right? I mean, seriously, take it away, Don.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do that. I'll go.
Yeah, come on in. You want me to come to you? It's really your show.
Not really. Not really.
Show how
You're-
much bigger I am?
No,
I
you're
understand.
stinky and you're weird.
Are you going to keep wearing a mask because you don't want to offend people?
No, I'm going to keep wearing a mask because I don't know if someone is immunocompromised. And I think I want to set an example for those who are not fully vaccinated. No, I'm not going to keep wearing a mask outside. I will probably indoors.
In a perfect world, Dr. Fauci would lose his medical license and be the subject of a criminal investigation. But at least it looks like the charade is finally, hopefully, beginning to come to an end. ABC News reports that, quote, bars, gyms, and restaurants were just a few settings health experts warned could become hotbeds for COVID-19 as states began reopening. Yet, public data analyzed by ABC News tells a different story. Isn't that interesting? Because for the last year, that kind of talk would get censored from social media, get you community guideline strikes, or even have your account completely banned. So now maybe we can finally have an open and honest discussion about what the hell happened over the last year. I guess it's been 14 months now, right? Remember, it was just 14 days to slow the spread, and then it extended to 14 months. I don't need to play all the clips again of Dr. Fauci and the CDC from early last year saying, you don't need to wear masks at all. They just give a false sense of security, or show all those tweets from people like Congressman Eric Fartwell or the Surgeon General, which specifically said, stop wearing masks, do I? But we can never forget what they've done. YouTube censoring doctors, congressional testimony of doctors, press conferences of doctors, Facebook banning groups and people for organizing protests against the lockdowns, people being censored on social media for posting the same fatality rates that the CDC.gov's website had. Twitter completely banning the account of the medical manufacturer who builds the Heal Light after President Trump talked about ultraviolet light being used to help treat the coronavirus patients. YouTube taking down the promotional video. We're certainly not out of the woods yet, and they're gonna probably start coming down real hard on the anti-vaxxers and start pushing for vaccine passports in order to get into certain venues. And who knows what'll happen this winter. They may start saying that there's new strains coming around and we gotta lock down again. But now is the time to start exercising your freedom and, like a muscle, build it up stronger with use. As you know, summer's just around the corner, so I'm starting my Memorial Day sale early, and you can save 20% off of any of my shirts from markdice.com by using the promo code PARTYTIME, one word, PARTYTIME at the checkout. So get yourself an I Love Global Warming tank top for this summer, or a t-shirt, long sleeve, or a hoodie, or a Trump's America t-shirt, or a Contains Facts and Opinions, some may find offensive shirt, or any of my awesome designs. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below, enter the promo code PARTYTIME at the checkout, and check them out.